All right, now they can hear me. Okay, let's clean that real quick. Okay, perfect. Can you guys hear me now? Hello, can you hear me now? I hope they can hear me. I hope they can hear me. You guys can hear me, right? Okay. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm really sorry about that. Technically, I'm working with a new computer right now, so this is my so. Uh, Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, now you guys can hear me. Uh, please give me a thumbs up, emoji, or whatever. Just tell me you can hear your alpha, and I'm good. Just please. That's all I'm asking. Okay, got one thumbs up. All right, cool. Just making sure, please. Important to me that I do. Tell me that I am. Yeah, I can. Yeah. Okay. All right. Everybody can hear me. Okay. One thing. Suckers. Okay. All right. So, what is good, my pack? How's everybody doing once again? Yes, indeed. It is now 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and here in New York, I'm back again. Welcome back to another open mic session for the month of December. This is the first. The next one will be at the end of December, as always. And I'm here to answer your questions and yada yada yada. Sorry, I'm talking to somebody. But most importantly, guys, I just found out that I got some new pack members, and I was actually talking to one of my new pack members, and I gave her a howl and a too sweet, and thank you for subscribing. For all you guys that didn't know, I had a premiered my reaction to Avengers Endgame, so you can go check that out as well. And it was a pretty good premiere. People came out live and looked at my reaction, and I just wanted to get a little. I just wanted to get people to think, and because I was hearing a lot of thoughts on the trailer, and everybody saying it did nothing for me. It was and so here I am, basically saying, what did you guys want? What did you guys think it was gonna be? Happy go lucky? Yeah. No, it should have continued. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. Capture what that end of that movie did because of that. That's exactly what it did. Perfect. The best part about it was seeing Clint as Ronin. That was where my eyes got real big. It was perfect. Anyway, other than that, a lot of news has came out, a lot of good news and news I'm sure you guys want to hear my thoughts on. Um, uh, and I'm ready to answer your questions, no doubt about it. Uh, very much. I have no question, no doubts. I'll be here. I never really time how long my Q&As are gonna go, so thank you. Just hit me with your questions before, but right now, hold on, because I'm just checking some some emails and stuff. Okay. Okay. Um. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Okay. Let's see what's going on. All right. Okay. All right. So everybody can hear me. That's fine. Okay. So let's see who is here. The West, pack members. The West, Darth, Marion, Travis, Charles, Zach. And that's about it so far. Okay. And hey Joe, Joe Hittori, what's up? And me, my alpha. Thank you. Okay, so wasn't that okay? Everybody's saying they can hear me. That's good. Wasn't my fault. Yeah. That's, which chick in the poster behind me? That's Aaliyah. That's who that is. That's Aaliyah. It's my Aaliyah poster. Love Aaliyah. Miss her all the time. I'm sure you heard her music before. The West. So, beautiful song. Congratulations, Raiders, Chris. They beat Steelers today. Oh, they did? Yeah, they did. I didn't see the game. I must have missed it. But yeah, my Raiders aren't doing so well this season. They 3-11 now, I think. So uh I but I'm still with them no matter what. So it's cool. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, did you think that Clint, aka Ronan, actually killed somebody in that scene? Um, he was wiping his katana like I felt like he may have killed some Yakuza members. I don't know, because it feel like he was in Japan or somewhere. I don't know, but he looked like he's he killed somebody, or he's just like, you know what? I lost my family. I got nothing to live for too much, so I'm gonna punish anybody. And we don't know. That trailer was cut pretty damn good to really give us a sense of, okay, he did it, like he killed somebody. But just them seeing him and he's sick and popping that, I was like, that was great. And yes, he is wearing a mask. You see him pull off a mask too, and not just a hood. So yeah. And for all those who don't know, yes, Echo was the first Ronin. Echo, the Native American, Daredevil's close friend. She was the first. And IGN, I can't stand that guy on IGN. He just pisses me off because he gets his comic stuff so, and I'm like, shut up, sit down. Let me humble you a little bit. It's like, no, it's Echo first as Ronin. Clint came later. He started mixing up her. I'm like, no, idiot. So, let's see. Have you seen the trailer for Burnt, Bright Burnt? No, Malcolm told me about it. And it's supposed to be like kind of like if Superman became a serial killer. I'm like, what the fuck? I gotta check it out. So you'll expect a reaction from me for that one. So yeah, thank you. Let's see. Let's see. Everybody action was good. Chris, what are your thoughts on Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 trailer? To me, it was awesome. Yeah, I liked it. I didn't do a reaction to it because I was just like, you know what? When it came out, I was on duty. I was working, and when I went on my lunch break, I was just like, let me watch it then. And I was like, okay. And it's been how long since the last Ultimate Alliance? And it's a Nintendo exclusive. Nintendo needs something. They need more than what they got, and that's fine. It gives me more an excuse, not just for Zelda, but it gives me more of an excuse to buy a Switch. So yeah, there you go. What about, have you seen the trailer for Mortal Kombat 11? Yes, I did. And I'm sorry I didn't put up a reaction for that either. But yes, interesting, very interesting. Seeing Raiden has pretty much, it's Raiden. He's pretty much on the dark side. You know, he's succumbed basically what he was like in, was it when he became really dark and grim, is like, if you screw with the earth, then I'm gonna kill you. Basically, that's basically what he is. It was, so I was cool with that. I didn't appreciate seeing my boy Scorpion go out. I was like, what the? And I was like, And then when he came back, I was like, yeah, that's good stuff right there. All right, I'm just saying. Um, let's see. Next would be no. Marion. What are your thoughts on the season of Doctor Who so far? I'm really enjoying it. Like I said before, the Rosa episode is probably my favorite of the season so far. With the Rosa Parks episode, that was really good, very touching. That was the first in a long time of a Doctor Who episode that made me basically made me cry. I was like, okay, this is getting very emotional. I'll give a more in-depth overview of Doctor Who so far. I will. Um, let's see what else we have here. Um, let's see. Hawkeye is like Green Arrow and Master Archer wearing a hood. uh, when Clint became Ronin, he did it because of, there were some other reasons, but because of it. This is when the Avengers. This is during Dark Reign when he became Ronin. You know, and you know he. I remember when he went on national TV and pulled mask off and was like, "Yeah, I'm Clint Barton. We're Avengers, and like we're not the bad guys and stuff like that." It was cool. But as if is, I look at it more as like they have really taken it from the ultimate version of Clint Barton, you know, where he lost his family. He became really, really dark and grim when his family died. I think that happened in Ultimatum. So yeah, can't remember that storyline. Thanks a lot, Loeb. But yeah, it was. I still like it. I'm looking forward to seeing how they're gonna react to him being like that. Um, Next up, Travis, should Netflix make a show based on Legacy of Kane? I wouldn't mind it. It seems like they're gonna do Devil May Cry. Cool, you know, and saying that it actually connects with Castlevania. What? Yeah, okay. Let's move it on. Did you the news on the Plastic Man movie? Look, man, this is from who said that? Perry. Look, I don't believe any news that Warner Brothers come out about movies. I don't believe them no more because they're just all talk now. They just want people to start talking. I don't believe anything. You know, they say they can have this, but give me something else. Give me set photos. Give me some kind of something that even implies that they said this about Blue Beetle. They said this about a Zatanna movie. Now Plastic Man. I don't buy any of their stuff. I'm sorry if that comes off very mean, and but I'm just keeping it real. I don't buy anything DC say. Y'all, you want to put out? Y'all keep saying, I don't even say DC. I need to stop saying DC. Warner Brothers. Every time they say that this is coming, blah blah blah. How's that Flash movie coming out, huh? How's that Flash movie? I haven't heard anything from that. How's that Cyborg movie coming? Shut the fuck up, please. With all these, this is, you're just this now. I'm sorry. That's all you are. Um, let's see. Um, what would Rebby from Black Lagoon think of Mike Myers? Um, he's the shit. uh, a lot of other profanity words that Rebby likes to use. You know, she got a foul mouth. Let's see. Hey Chris, do you think Nero will get his arm back at the end of Devil May Cry 5. I I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that thing got lobbed off, and though I don't know if they can heal that as how long that arm has been off. Sorry, I think not. Uh, let's see. They said there will be time travel involved in Mortal Kombat 11. Uh, is that why it's implying why we saw two scorpions? I, is it really necessary to do, that? I why don't you just keep going with what's the current timeline now? I want to see the kids older. How Cassie and Takashi and Konjin and Jackie, how they are now. You know, I'm fine about that. Let's see. Favorite Michael Myers moment in the new Halloween movie. I guess when he killed the professor, killed the psychiatrist. That was pretty funny. I don't know. Uh, I agree, Chris. All talk. I'm just saying, man. Like they just talk now. It's all talk to me, and I don't like that. I'm like, shut up. Like, put out the stuff that you guys are supposed to be putting out first. Then, and then it's like, then do that. I'm just saying, man. It's bothers me. Um, would I like to see a crossover between Predator and Black Lagoon? I'd take it. I'm cool with it. I don't mind. Um, Shao Kahn returns. That's probably what it is. Shao Kahn. Okay, it is. Omnicron flying solo. You stole that from gut. You stole that line from Zilla. That's funny. Uh, a Dark Promise says Warner Brothers needs to have their own Kevin Feige type of person who can plan out their franchises. That way, they won't keep announcing random shit and they think outside the box. My sentiments exactly. I thought that was what Jeff Johns was gonna be, but it seems like they're not. They do need their own type of Kevin Feige. Say what you want about the MCU, but Kevin Feige and his team have planned out this universe. They know where to go. They got a blueprint. They stick to the blueprint. They have never really gone off the tracks in terms of that. But yeah, they do need to learn how to plan out better. You do this, this, we're gonna make this Birds of Prey movie. Yeah, you cast in all these people, but it's like, it's to me what they do. Here's what it seems like Warner Brothers do: cast the characters first. So yeah, we got them under contract, and we won't make the movie, start production in the movie until 4 or 5 months later, whatever. Um, have you seen the trailer for Bright Burn? I just answered that question, Omicron. I haven't seen it yet. I will check it out, but I've heard some serious shit about it. Malcolm told me. What do you think of the state of Wakanda is going to be in Avengers Endgame with T'Challa gone and supposedly Shuri missing too? Well, there still is the Queen. I wonder if the Queen Mother is still around. Rama. So there's still some royal blood there in the council. But until then, yeah, it's in shambles right now. It's going to be in shambles unless Okoye picks up which, even though she's a Dora Milaje, she's the head of the Dora Milaje, but she could, that'd be interesting. What would T'Challa think of Simba? I don't know. What would he think of Simba? I can't answer that. I lost all faith in Warner Brothers DC movies. That's just how some people feel. That was from Dylan. Hey Chris, is it wrong for me not to care about the X-Men anymore? Kinda, in my opinion. That's the wrong person to be saying that to. You should not have said that to me. Yeah, I may take offense to that. I take a little bit of offense to that one. Chill with that. At least Disney gives Marvel creative freedom. It's true, and yes. The only thing I will say with Marvel, which I don't like, is the infighting between the TV and the movie. To me, there should be just one person running both. And to me, Feige is the man to do that with his own team running the TV verse because Loeb and all those other. I've never been a fan of Jeff Loeb anyway. His Marvel work, no. His DC work, yes, I'm cool with. But his Marvel work, get no. Let's see what else we have here. Jeff Johns' Captain Marvel series has Billy unable to say the S word without transforming now. Really interesting. Very interesting indeed. Hey, very interesting indeed. Uh, how do you think? How do you think Spider-Man Far From Home deals with the aftermath of Endgame? That's going to be that's a good question because is it take when is this time? Where is this movie taking place? Is it taking place after Infinity War and all that, or is it taking place in before Infinity War? That's the biggest question right there. Um, Johns' Captain Marvel also has it where no one knows who Billy and the Marvel family are anymore, so it's a full on rebirth take on. I haven't read. I have it. I just haven't read it. I haven't had time to read it. So thanks. The reason I ask is decision that they are making in the X-Men comic and the X-Men movies. Some I like and some I don't. I can understand that. But sometimes to me, movie wise, I kind of don't care because now I'm just like I want Feige. I want to see what he would do with it. I'm done with what Fox is doing with the movie stuff. Comic wise, no. That's I can't. Marion asked me, would you what who would you have to who would you have to be on guard all the time if you lived with the Three Stooges? Because I'm not gonna have Mo smack me up my head. Mo smack me up my head. I'm gonna smack him right back. Like, no, hey, don't touch me. Like, so no, ain't nobody. Lobet was never the same after his son died. Oh, okay. I'm not going into that. I rather would have had Plastic Man TV show than a movie. That's just me. Well, we kind of do got Plastic Man, elongated man on Flash. That's all. That's really who he is. Ralph Dibny in that show is Plastic Man. Ralph Dibny is not supposed to be kind of jokey like he is. That's Plastic Man's forte. So no. Um, so yeah, that's just me. Um, let's see. Next up, question is Tori, thoughts on the Shang-Chi movie? Joe, my dude, I was so happy when I heard that news. Shang-Chi movie in development. Now, I don't know if your name right here, Hitori, I don't know if you are Asian American or not, but all I can say is if you are, this should put a smile on your face because for too long, um, we have not seen a real good interpretation of a lot of Asian Marvel characters. Oh, you could throw Jubilee in there, but what really has they done with Jubilee, really? Um, you know, they haven't. They haven't really done anything. And we have a movie based on one of Marvel's 70s characters, because that's when he came out in the 70s, came around. He came out right the year when Bruce Lee passed away, 1973. Um, and here's a guy who has no powers. It's all skill. It's all skill. And as someone who practices the martial arts for so long, I love that. Here's a guy who has taught Spider-Man martial art, taught him kung fu, and then taught him to create his own martial art, the way of the spider, which to everybody who doesn't know what that is, it's a close quarters style which uses all of Spider-Man's powers. Peter hits people in pressure points. So it's using his super speed. He gets in close. And if you try to hit him, it's his spider sense and his super strength. So imagine Peter using his super spider strength hitting your pressure points. What do you think that's gonna feel like? So that's cool. Here's a guy who can fight the Thing hand to hand, fight Wolverine hand to hand. It was always a question back in the 70s, who was the better martial artist? To me, Shang-Chi is the greatest martial artist in the Marvel Universe. Yes, I said greatest, even compared to Danny Rand. Danny has gone on record to say if he does not imply the power of the Iron Fist, Shang-Chi can beat him in a fight. And I have no question about that. But it's always been a question, who is the better martial art, Danny or Shang-Chi? So I'm so happy about this. They got a writer. They got a writer. They're trying to go all out, Joe, with this in terms of how they did Black Panther. And let's be honest, Black Panther is the fuel that pushed us. And I won't deny that, yes, this is probably going to be for a lot of the Asian market, China and everything like that. That's fine. I don't care about that. Shang-Chi's getting a movie somewhere in maybe phase 4. I don't mind that. That's great. Who they can cast as Shang-Chi, there are a few people I can see, but I'm happy. I'm so happy. Go watch my thought video on it. Geek Thought. I did a Geek Thought video on that. When I heard that news, I was like, I gotta talk about this. And for everybody who came on and left their comments, thank you for that. I got like 19 people, so thank you. Let's see. So yes, Joe. Okay, let's see. Um, actually, turns out that CW did what didn't want to have Plastic Man, but DC said wanted to have Plastic, but they said no. Yeah, I know that. And with the movie coming out, we now know why. I still don't buy it. I'm not even. What's going on with fantasy fight channels? We'll be back soon. I'm setting up things right now. I'm setting up, section lists right now. Shang-Chi, the master of Kung Fu. Yes, but he's also just a master of other fighting styles as well. But Kung Fu definitely. You mentioned in the past that you didn't care too much for Laurie Strode and Michael being siblings. Why is that? Is that just curious? I'm the same with Carpenter. He never wanted that. I yeah. So, my mouth. Okay, sorry about that. I was never a big when they revealed that. I thought that was stupid. It made no sense. Why couldn't It was like, okay, so he's Laurie's brother. That makes no sense. There's no logic to that. So he just goes on a killing spree for what? That made no sense. And then when Rob Zombie did it, it made no even more bad or worse sense. So to me, it made I was in the same category with Carpenter when they announced that he hated that idea. You can ask Joe Carpenter that now, he will say the same thing he said before. I hated that idea. That was dumb logic. Why couldn't it just been Mike Myers and he just went on a killing spree? Um, Well, I do have faith in my. I do have confidence that DC can. There's nothing wrong with having, and I want them to succeed too. It's just that they need a plan. They need a blueprint where the higher ups with Warner Brothers, because let's be honest, DC does not have its own studio. They don't. Where Warner Brothers is giving them the money to do these movies, but somebody is planning out everything. They don't have that. It's Warner Brothers, like bam. They're Warner Brothers is too heavily involved with these projects that you can clearly see, in my opinion, you can clearly see just their blueprints over everything, and that's bad. These executive decisions, which is terrible. If that was the case, Henry Cavill would still be Superman. I don't care what anybody says. Um, I want the title of Shang-Chi's movie to be Shang-Chi, Deadly Hands of Kung Fu. That'd be cool. It makes me wonder, will they just have Marvel's Shang-Chi or will it be Marvel Shang-Chi Master of Kung Fu? I don't know. But it's going to be really interesting to see. I want this movie to succeed like Black Panther. I want every Asian American, Asians, everybody who likes the character, I want them to come out in droves this movie to support this movie. This is Marvel's going to be Marvel's first movie where the lead is another character of color. And if that's Black Panther worked and this worked, then maybe Marvel, listen to me right now. Listen closely, listen carefully. You do White Tiger, where we get the Latino community to come out in droves to get there to pop that out. I'm just saying. White Tiger movie would be great because then that goes into legacy. That'd be great. You can do legacy with that. You can do Hector, um, Vanessa, no, Angela, excuse me, Angela Del Toro, and then Ayana. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Um, would you like to see Michael Myers and Pennywise guest star? I don't want any guest stars. I don't care about guest stars. I don't. I don't care about guest stars. You guys ask me that all the time. I don't care. I really don't care about guest stars outside of characters we haven't seen in Mortal Kombat. If it's not a character that from the Mortal Kombat universe, I really don't care. I really don't. I'm like, oh, cool, but I really don't care. You know, I don't. Shang-Chi is truly if Bruce Lee was alive and kicking ass in him. Yeah, he's truly the true one of the best homages to that man, one of my idols in pop culture. And there's a lot of them. Don't get me wrong. Fei Long from Street Fighter, Jan Lee from Dead or Alive, the Marshall, the Law family from Tekken. You know, they all are homages to Bruce Lee. Uh, Karate Kid from from uh, from Legends, from DC Comics. Yeah, but definitely Shang-Chi is definitely that. I want another Batman and the Spirit crossover. Well, the Spirit is now with Dynamite, and Batman's is still with, of course, with DC. They could probably do it if they did one with Batman coming back with the Shadow. So yeah. Is it sad that Bruce Lee died so young? Of course it is. Of course it is. You never want anybody to die so young. His birthday just passed. He would have been 70 something years old, and I guarantee you probably would still look like don't fuck with him. Like, you know, he and Chuck Norris are the same age. Look at Chuck Norris. He's still like Chuck could kick some ass. So, and that's how I look at Bruce Lee. He looked no different. You know. If Groot somehow managed to survive the snap, how would this affect Rocket in Rocket? And he would be happy, but still he lost the rest of his family. You know. So yeah. Didn't Shang-Chi turn into a giant and fight a dragon? Yeah, he had put they put the Pym particles in him to fight not just a dragon, to fight the dragon of Marvel. Oh my god, I'm forgetting his name right now. Um, oh God, Feng Foom, excuse me. Yeah, he fought Feng Foom, giant. Who would win in a sparring match between Shang and Kenshiro? Kenshiro don't spar with nobody. So, as much as I love Shang, Kenshiro would kill Shang. Yeah, Shang-Chi's. I mean, Kenshiro's fighting style is meant to kill. There's no holding back on that. Um, let me see. Yes, Joe Hattori. Yes, I am Asian American, Japanese. Uh, Domo gaimasa. Thank you. I still want to go to your native. Well, I'm sure. Are you're born here, right, Joe? But I want to go to your ancestral home. I see Dashi just came back from Japan again. Every time I see my friends, I got close friends, old friends who have been to Japan. And every time I see pictures of them, and I get so jealous. I'm like, mm. Well, Shang-Chi has an English mother, and if he wasn't already playing Beast Boy, I say Ryan Potter from. I like his work a lot. Okay, I'm going more with Philip Ning Nugent from who played Bruce Lee in the last Bruce Lee movie, Rise of the Dragon. You know where he fought that WWE studio movie. He was great, and I loved him as Bruce Lee. And every time I saw him, like all I see is Shang-Chi. Mike Mole, who played Ryu in the Street Fighter Assassin's Fist. I talk to him all the time, like, yo, they could pull it off too. Those are definitely my picks. Um, do you think Yujiro Hama is a monster? Yeah. Uh, Yakuza Zero Disco Dance was very hard. I haven't gotten to that yet. So the, the literally only reason Carpenter with the Myers being brother and sister thing was because he was only producing it and for a paycheck. Yeah, he talked about that. But he didn't. He doesn't like it. He hates that. Uh, Danny McBride said it best. Michael Myers isn't scary to me because I'm I'm not his fucking brother. What? Okay. Let's see. Studios Zach sometimes like Red Wolf, a Red Wolf movie, please. Um, like I said before, once again, I would love to see Marvel Studios throw out some westerns, but in the Marvel cinematic, like go back in time. We're going back to the 1800s and Red Wolf and the Two Gun Kid and all those characters. Maybe even do the big budget movies, westerns. But I would really like fight. Like okay, for the next phase, we're gonna go back. We're gonna really kind of plan this out more. Like let's see some of the heroes that were back in the day. I could do that. I mean, hey, fight. I'm not busy too much. I can write you some good western shows, western movies with the western type characters, Red Wolf and American Eagle. No, American Eagle is more modern. But I'm just saying, you ain't even got to pay me a lot. I'll do it. I'll do it for free. I'll do it for free. Um, but yeah, Red Wolf. And if it's a Native American, you know damn well I support that, guys. I'm a big advocate for Native American characters. So, um, uh, it bothered me because on Kickstarter there was a Kickstarter comic called The Bobcat, and it was about a Cherokee uh, hero who called the Bobcat, and I had to drop it because I had bills to pay. So I was like, ugh. I was so pissed. I was so mad, and I wanted to join that campaign. I wanted to put my donation in, and I had to. I was like, I can't do it. I got to pay the bill. I gotta pay the bills this week. So shit, fucked up, and the campaign ended. Um, oh, since we got a martial art and we could set up White Tiger from that. Maybe That's what I'm saying. White Tiger, or do you just set up the somebody who has the Jade amulet, the Jade Tiger amulet, which comes from Kulun once again, um, and then it gets passed down to the, and then finally Hector Ayala gets the, and he becomes White Tiger. I saw the post you put on Facebook about the college professor who got it for her big booty and that funny and stupid at the same time. Yeah, I mean, she gets fired from her job because she's very curvy. And I mean, you could see her doing her lecture and she turns around and you're like, whoa, okay, she got a nice ass. But that's her body. She can't help that her body is shaped like that. So you fire her, but her students were not going in deep on that in terms of her body. Like, oh my God, I love the professor. She even said it. My students are focused on the work, and that's so. What do you complain about? It's so stupid. That's stupid. Only Crow movie worth watching for me is the one with Brandon Lee. Amen to that. I don't care for the others. Haven't heard about much about Shang-Chi, but I'm excited. For anybody who's not familiar about Shang-Chi, I have several videos that I put up. Um, the series finale of Characters Why I Liked Them, Series 2 was on Shang-Chi. I did a 15-minute video, kind of explain a little bit, gave you a crash course into who Shang-Chi is. You could also do your research as well. But Shang-Chi has been an Avenger. He's been a Defender. He's been a hero for hire. Um, he's he's done a lot in the 40 plus years he's been around. He's great. He's just a great character, and hopefully the movie turns out well. Um, Rock Lee in Naruto, I freaking love, and one of the best Bruce Lee tributes out there. He's definitely Rock Lee's definitely one of them too. You know, um, I agree 100% with you because DC's biggest weakness is that they refuse to come up with the plan. I'm just saying they do. The spirit meets the shadow. Oh, that would be so cool, Tron. I would love that. You know how I am with the shadow. I love the shadow. So yeah. Don't forget Liu Kang. I would never forget Liu Kang. I just didn't mention him. I'm sorry, but yeah, Liu Kang is definitely one. Um, wish I could have met Stan Lee. I met him. I met him once. I can't. I don't want to cry. What do you think about the monster design of Godzilla King of Monsters that was revealed this week? Those are great. I saw those. Those are great. Looking forward to another trailer. Kenshiro, the original One Punch Man. Yeah, kinda. Yeah. When this man tells you, when you're about to fight this man, if this man tells you you're already dead, that's his famous line. You're already dead. Believe him when he says you believe those words because you're dead. If I saw Kenshiro and I was an enemy and I was gonna fight him and he said you're already dead, I'm gonna go down. I'm just you know what? You got it. I'm dead. I'm not even trying that. As much as I'm hyped for Carol's upcoming film as well as Natasha, if there is one female hero from Marvel that truly deserves her own movie, it's Jennifer Walters, aka She-Hulk. Uh, Not really. I'd rather have She-Hulk be introduced through somebody else's. It's just not needed for her to have her own movie first. I've always said it, like it's not really needed for everybody to have their own solo movies. Um, I feel that they should have already had hints. To me, if like for example, if Mark Ruffalo didn't have still movies left on his contract and the Hulk was gonna ride off in the thunder or was gonna die, that I would have had She-Hulk take his place. I still feel if they're gonna do more Avengers movies, then they need to do new Avengers where it's a whole new lineup, where maybe Carol's leading the team and this person's on it, this person's on it. Um, I'm just saying. Don't get me wrong, I love She-Hulk too. I want to see her in MCU. I still need to do that. That's actually I should no, not really spoiled, but the next installment of the opinion spot is where I do that. I do a list of heroes, heroines, and villains that I want to see in the MCU. I think I do a top 10 for each of those. So those are coming. Those are the next installment for the opinion spot. Chuck Norris has aged very well after all these years. Yeah, he has. And I think because he stays active with the total gym, he really does that. So yeah, it's all about lifestyle. You could still be active at your age and no excuses. Whenever I see people in their late 60s still in shape, I tell anybody like no excuses. Should be no excuse for you not to run or jog, do something, stay active. I got a confession to make. I'm slowly going more New Japan Pro Wrestling than WWE. Nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. The only thing I don't like about sometimes New Japan is the abundance of big move spots, and you're like, okay, that's a finish. Kick out. Like, wait, what? Really? Like, that should have been the finish right there. That's my biggest thing about New Japan. But the characters, everybody like that, people there, great. What is your favorite villain in My Hero Academy? You're not gonna get that from me yet, so sorry. One villain you glad is not real. Doctor Doom. There you go. Let's see. Hold on, I'm texting. Sorry. All right. Let's see what next up we have is. Let's see. Okay, get this out of here. Leave. Okay. Chris, hey Chris, real talk. For a bit. Believe it or not, I'm autistic. Uh, that's fine. I have a cousin that's autistic. I have friends that's autistic. I have no problem with that. What did you think I was gonna say? Get out? Like I have no problem with that. I don't discriminate. Nothing wrong with that. To me, you just see the world a little differently. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at autism. You just see the world differently. I would love to see a movie adaptation of Ostrander's Blaze of Glory, Last Stand of the Western Heroes, literally the Marvel version of Magnificent Seven. Yeah, that'd be good. Only thing good, only good Black Western is Posse. Posse was good. I throw the Cherokee Kid in there, even though that kind of went more on the comedic side, but it was still good. I enjoyed. That's the movie that stars Sinbad, Gregory Hines, Ernie Hudson, Burt Reynolds. It was an HBO produced movie, but it was good. It was Cherokee Kid because his dad was half Cherokee, his mom was black. Get it? See? So yeah. Moving on. The Bobcat, huh? Yeah, it's funny. My college team was the Jones County Bobcats. Oh yeah. Yeah, his name, it was the Bobcat. It was a kind of a supernatural Western, but it was so interesting. And I wanted to, and then bills. I was like, I gotta pay the bills this week, rent and things like that. So, if Thanos encountered the likes of Dormammu, Ego, Hela, and Surtur, how would he dealt with those types of threats? Same way he dealt when if you read Infinity War, he was the cosmic entities came after him, Eternity, Galactus, and he was handling all of them. And but I would love first of all, there are people saying like who should be the next big villain. I still say Dormammu's still up there. He's Dormammu is still up there. I still feel that Ultron still has a place in the aftermath. Like I don't think he's completely gone. It'd be great to see that. Um so yeah. But I'm looking forward to just the aftermath and then of this Avengers movie, like what's next, how the realm is gonna be coming out. I don't care. Stop. Sorry about that. That was my email notification. Um okay. Later, Charles. Okay, Iron Fist and Power Girl. That needs to be more of a crossover team up. That'd be funny. I'll take that. Which anime character could you see take the mantle of Ronin from Marvel? Easy. Kenshin. What are your thoughts about the death of the what are your thoughts about the death of the Dynamite Kid and Larry Axeman? Yeah. Very tragic. I grew up with the Dynamite Kid, the British Bulldogs in general. I grew up with those guys, and him and Davy Boy Smith and Matilda, their British Bulldog, who used to chase people around the ring. Like they would sick that dog on them. It was no joke. But Davy Boy left before Brit, and when Davy died prior to Dynamite Kid, that hurt. That one hurt. Then when I heard Dynamite Kid, because we were always hearing, if you were a wrestling fan, you always keep your ears in what's going on with your wrestlers. There was always news that his health was in bad health, something like that. But to die on your birthday, your 60th birthday, that's messed up. I really, and my heart goes out to the family, the Allington family. That's his last name. And Kurt Henning's father dying. I'm like, oh man, I felt bad for it because um, for Curtis Axel, I know that feeling of losing a grandparent. I've lost both sets of grandparents. I have no more grandparents. I have none, so I know that feeling. But I also look at the bright side of death in the senses. At least both of them, Dynamite is reunited with Davey, and Larry is reunited with his son. So I look at it from both sides, but very tragic in the wrestling community. Very tragic. What are your thoughts? Hulk solo movie, then introduce She-Hulk through that. Bingo. I still want another Hulk solo movie, and I still think it can be done if Marvel can do it. But it's Universal's, they fucking with it. Like, have you? I have to go now. But thank you, Dylan. Thank you for coming through. Actually, I just had a thought. A good place to introduce She-Hulk in the MCU would be Fantastic Four movie as a nod to her replacing Ben for a while. That's a good, interesting thought. That's good too. Favorite side character in anime? Side character? You mean like I don't know. I never really thought about that. Side character. I never thought about that. I might have to come back think about that. Never thought about that. Who said that? Zach. I never really thought about that. That's a good one though. I might go. Which I think I skipped some, but I think I did. Please don't mind skip the question. I'm gonna be pissed if I skipped the question. Oh no, I didn't. Um, just make sure. Okay, which Mortal Kombat character that we haven't seen in a while would you like to see show up in Mortal Kombat 11? Uh, there's a one. I'm forgetting his name, but he's one of Liu Kang's friends. I think he was introduced in Mortal Kombat 4. I'm getting his name right now, but yeah, I would love to see him come back. Um, yeah, that's one I can think of. What's his name? Rai Kenji? I can't remember his name. Damn it. Um, I prefer Lucha Libre wrestling. Nothing wrong with that, neither. Ain't nothing wrong with. I have nothing. I have the utmost respect for Lucha Libre. You know, hell, that's why guys like Rey Mysterio and Del Santo and uh, El Tigre. Um, even the Lucha Dragons. Those guys, I love those guys. I love that the mask tradition. I love that. And if you get it removed, but I follow Rey Mysterio on Instagram and everything like that, and it's funny how he always is covering his, but it's like no disrespect. I've seen. I know what you look like. Like I get it, but it's cool. It's cool. Lucha Libre. I can't wait for a remastered Crash Bandicoot. Cool. Um, and oddly enough, I got into New Japan through Tiger Mask with anime. Yeah, good stuff. Favorite Superman villain from Joe Hattori? That would have to be Parasite. I love Parasite. If Parasite, and then actually it's a tie between Parasite and Brainiac. Marvel needs to have Universal for the Hulk film, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They got it. It's so funny that Universal still has the rights to the Hulk. I don't get that. I don't get that because I've always heard, and I keep saying it. If these studios don't do movies with these characters, that the rights go completely back to Marvel, and it just bothers me. How mad would you be if He-Man and the Master Universe got screwed over? Very mad. The outlaw Johnny Black. Funniest moment in Gargoyles. Funniest moment in Gargoyles. Uh, I would say for me, I crack up laughing every time when Goliath ate a jalapeno for the first time. That cracks me up every time. That cracks me up. Yeah, it does. That's funny. Um, okay, next up. Let's see. How okay did that? Are you looking forward to the Lion King remake? Yeah, I'm interested. I'm very interested, and I talked about that last Q&A. Seeing the teaser, I'm like, oh, okay. Um, I am interested. It makes me wonder what twist they're gonna do to it. What nuances will they add, to it? Kai was the name of. Thank you, John. That's what I was trying to remember. Kai. I would love to. He was Liu Kang's friend. I would like to see him in it. In your opinion, why do men hurt when they watch nut shots, even though they're not getting? God, you're a guy. Who the hell put that? I don't. Oh, wait. I don't know, Marion. You're. I don't know, Marion. Are you a guy or female? Let me give you guys a story. Let me give you guys a story. All right. So, a long time ago, this is probably when I was maybe 14, 15. Um, I was watching this young couple, argue. Um, they're just over. They arguing about, guy was cheating on her, or he was looking at another lady, and he's just like, oh, babe, I'm just looking at them like I only got eyes for you, girl. Blah blah blah. And she's basically literally said, I'm done with you because you do this too much. Blah 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 blah. So in her mind, she thought the best way to end their relationship was to go and kick them in the gonads. Now, granted, I'm walking towards them. They're coming towards me. Pause on that. I'm coming towards them while they're arguing. And she literally tries to kick him in the nuts. And I'm walking. And where do you think her leg went while I got mine? So here's a 15-year-old that got kicked right in the nuts. Me, yours truly, I go down like a sack of potatoes. And literally people said my face was, and I just fell over. And he's laughing at me. The dude that she tried to kick laughing at me. And he's like, you hit the little shorty. and 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 luckily, what I do appreciate about her is that she stayed and was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that. I was like, and in my mind, I'm like, if you didn't close your goddamn eyes when you tried to, maybe you'd have saw me coming. So, but and that's what I was thinking. What I said, I couldn't talk because I'm just. So, speaking for myself, anytime I see somebody get hit in the nuts, even in wrestling, when they low blows, I'm like, because you feel that. That is like the most vulnerable spot on us. Like you feel your balls in your throat. I know I do. I'm speaking from experience. Yeah, it hurts. So yeah, it hurts. Oh boy. Yeah, so yeah, I've been kicked in the nuts. Mm, I would love to see Natara come to. Yeah, I'd be cool to see Natara come back. I love Lucha Libre too, but in terms of New Japan, yeah, I'll admit because how I got into New Japan. So, yeah, nothing wrong with that. Manchester Black is one of my favorite villains. They recently introduced Manchester Black in Supergirl, which to me is cool, but I just felt like casting wise, I don't know. Like he's black, and this is once again throws it back at the Black Canary situation. Like just because they got black in their name doesn't mean you need a black actor to play that role. It's just and speaking of, tonight is the beginning of the crossover, which I'm going to be watching. I can't wait to. Let's see. Okay, Primus retracted a message. I don't know what it said. Joe Hattori, thoughts on the RE3 remake in development? I've heard that yeah. Not only are they Capcom doing, they did the Resident Evil 2, they're doing a Resident Evil 3 remake. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it, Joe, and I'm over here messing with this. I'm cool with it because I find nothing wrong. If they're gonna do remakes of the old school Resident Evil games, where, like I said, you the walk around clink, this stuff. Remember this, guys? You get up and they had to go, turn this way and a clink, 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 clink. Click, click, things like that. I'm cool with that. I have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? So if they want to put it in the more over the shoulder look that now we've seen Resident Evil do now, that's fine. I got no problem with that. That would be so cool to just see, because I saw teasers, already saw what the Tyrant is going to look like in Resident Evil 2. I'm like, ooh. So you can only imagine what the what is this? What Nemesis is going to look like. And to me, the last game to do that, they should do that with, is Code Veronica, and then that's it. Do Code Veronica, and then you're done. You don't need to do all of them. Just Code Veronica and Resident Evil 3. So I'm cool with that. I like Aku is the best cartoon villain because he conquered the world and stopped Jack from going back in the past. Yeah, for a while until he got it. Uh, Most brutal hardcore match you've seen in wrestling. You got like an hour because I've seen a lot of those damn things. Death matches. I've seen. Jesus Christ. I'm male. Okay, Marion, male. Okay. You never been kicked in your nuts, have you? Trust me, it hurts. It's not fun. Is Captain Cold your number one Flash villain? Yeah. The Rogues. I like the Rogues more than I like Reverse Flash, all those other guys. Captain Cold. But I like that he has a conscience. Like he doesn't kill women, he doesn't kill children, drug dealers, things like that. You know. How would you feel? This is from Primus. How would you feel if Infinity War ended kind of like The Last Jedi, where the movie subverts unexpectedly and left the fans base divided? No, don't do that. Don't do that. No, I'd probably. Me personally, I prefer Gorilla Grodd. I like Grodd too. Don't get me wrong. I got to turn in, dude. Thank you for coming out, John. Tell the wife I said hello. Um, okay, damn. Why do you think The Last Jedi gets so much hate? I don't know. I really don't know. I just feel to me they just are rushing these Star Wars movie out too fast. They shouldn't be coming out annually every year. That's just me. Take time. You know. I find it ironic that Superman versus the Elite movie was based on one issue and did well, while The Killing Joke was based on a graphic novel and sucked. Got a point. Sorry if I made relive painful memories. Question about nutshots. Yeah, I'm cool. D, like I gotta go. I actually gotten hit in the nuts before too. Okay, gotta go play Spider Man. All right, cool. I'm actually replaying Spider Man myself. I'm doing the plus mode, ultimate on hard, really hard. Um, um, all right, let's see. Any more? Uh, Going down. Okay. Joe Hattori asks, who is your favorite Captain America writer? I would probably have to say Ed Brubaker. Mr. Brubaker did a masterful job with Captain America. Um, no question about it. He did a masterful job in that role. He did a masterful job with his run. Um, he was in Winter Soldier, guys. So just to let you know, Ed Brubaker was in it. But yeah, he did a masterful job. Uh, what are your thoughts? What are some of your favorite levels in the Spider-Man game? That's a hard one. Oh my God, that's hard. I do love the fight, especially the Scorpion and Rhino fight. Love that fight. Yeah, man, that's hard. That's hard. You guys y'all keep talking about the Spider-Man. Go watch my gameplay of the last DLC with put up. It's fun playing it. Um, do you think King Ghidorah is going to be a force to be reckoned with in the Kingdom? Yes, of course. Reason why The Last Jedi sucked, this from Jack, was because too many jokes, Admiral stupidity, making Rye a Mary Sue, and so much more. Well, that's his opinion, not mine. I have no real say in the matter. Um, So yeah. Uh, let me see. Mm, favorite Sith Lord outside of Vader? I'd probably say Darth Maul. When he came on, it was whoa. Okay, he caught me by surprise. Hmm. And that double lightsaber, that just did it for me. I was like, oh, that was dope. Can't go wrong with that. And Luke being a lone coward. Yeah, I kind of hated that. Like, I will admit that. Like, seeing Luke like be a nomadic coward like until the end. I'm like, Luke wouldn't do this. No, no. Like, no, don't do that. Does anyone know when the last DLC for this month comes out this month? I don't know the exact date, but it comes out this month. Um, I still feel that Silvermane is going to be in it somehow. They're teasing it. I mean, just that name alone, Silver Lining. I'm like, if not Silvermane, then Silver Sable is going to come back into it probably because they did steal her tech, and it's like, ooh. Um, and we probably will see Yuri become Wrath somewhere in there, which we might see. And it would be really cool if they tease Miles becoming, doing something with Peter or doing something by himself. Uh, you know, so that'd be cool. Um, um, let's see. Next up. So yeah. Worst beating you've seen Batman get besides the one he got from Bane and Nightfall. Well, KG Beast took it to him not too long, and just recently. I was like, whoa, KG Beast is taking it, Batman. There's a couple other ones I can't off the top of my head. Oh, God damn it, there's a couple. Can't think of it right now. So yeah. Uh, let's see. Joe Hattori, do you have a favorite Peanut member? The Peanuts are like Charlie Brown. You're talking about, oh yeah. I love Linus. I love Linus. Linus, you know, the I love Linus. When I was younger, I used to suck my fingers too. Like, I never sucked my thumb. I used to suck these two fingers. If you can't, you probably won't see it, but my fingers used to have blisters, a big blister like right here, and I guess that's from just sucking them for a long time. I used to suck my fingers all the time. But yeah, I love Linus, Peppermint Patty, and Marcy are fun. I love them. Yes, sir. Um, Lucy, I like, but then I no, not Lucy. Yes, Lucy. Linus's sister's Lucy. Yeah, Lucy. Stanley, the only black character. Pigpen, the dirty one. It's like, yo, how this kid is just so dirty. Like when he walks, you just and of course Snoopy and his family and Woodstock. And Charlie Brown's always funny. Like, I love Charlie. Like, probably my favorite is where he's trying to kick the ball and he moves it, and his noise, especially from the old movies, the old shorts where he's I love that stuff. It cracks me up. Yeah. What about you, Joe? You got a favorite peanut member? Uh, let's see. Next. Damn, who keeps texting me? Oh, oh, hey, sorry. Somebody. Okay. But what I think would have worked for Last Jedi is that have Luke have his Force connection cut by Snoke, and that's why he is on the planet to get his powers back. In the recent Justice League series, Lex breaking both Batman's arm and legs was very painful. I'm probably behind. I'm behind on Justice League, so that was. Thank you for spoiling that, Zach. Okay. um, have you ever watched the show Loud House? Yes, I have a little bit. Yeah, and his sisters is crazy. Hey, Chris, what's up? What musician, past or present, would you like to see in concert? Um, Michael Jackson would have been definitely is one of them. I never got to see Michael Jackson in concert. I Jimi Hendrix would have been great. I won't say Stevie Wonder because he's still around. He still does concerts. Love the. Um, I would love to see Queen with Freddie Mercury. Yeah, so I gotta throw that up in there. So yeah, those are a couple of them. Joe Hattori says, yeah, Woodstock. Oh, you're a Woodstock fan. I like Woodstock too. Funniest verbal exchange between Fred Sanford and Aunt Esther would have to be the gorilla cook, the to be the gorilla cookies one. I remember that one. That was pretty funny. Um, I definitely felt that was funny. Um, Snoopy is the best. Snoopy's great. I can't. He's a beagle, you know. um, Sorry, guys. I got text coming out of the woodwork, guys. So don't mind me texting. Y'all can keep throwing questions. I'm just texting. Uh, let's see what else. Y'all, we still going. We keep it going. We still. It's only 9:30. It's 9:30, guys. Here. I don't know where everybody else is. What time it is? Where you guys are? But it's 9:30. Where I'm at. Zach Sternke, are you reading regular show 25 years later? It takes place 25 years. I have decided there are just certain books I'm just going to wait till they come out on trade, then I'll read it. And that's one of them. There's a couple of books that we got. Like even the Shuri comic, I'm just going to wait till it come out on trade to read. Um, Favorite moment in Three's Company. This is from Joe Torre. Joe knows I'm a huge Three's Company fan. I love, John Ritter, rest in peace. Oh man, there's a lot of moments in that. Probably one of my favorite one was where Jack, um, Jack went out with some of his Navy buddies because he was in the Navy. He went out and he ended up getting a tattoo on his butt. So he wanted to get it removed, and he didn't want everybody knowing about it, especially um uh, not Chrissy, uh Janice, Janet, because she gets into this whole oh my gosh, but she overheard it. She thought Jack was going to get a vasectomy because everybody thought she was getting him, and he's like, don't you want kids, Jack, and everything like that. And later on they went to the hospital, and everybody started throwing it out of proportion, like Jack's dying, blah 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 blah. And so Jack got a shot of morphine up his butt, like, and the sheer comedic genius from John Ritter with the physical comedy. So when he got stuck up in his butt, he was like, "Is this gonna hurt, doc?" Because the nurse pulled out this huge needle, and she's like, "Oh, I've been doing this for 26 years, and no matter what, yay!" And he just like, ah, it hurts every time. And then the morphine kicked in, so he's all like loopy. And next, they're telling him, Janice, like, he's not gonna die. Jack just here to get a tattoo removed. And he's like, what tattoo? And he's like, oh, this one right here. He showed his butt to Janice. That shit cracks me up. Another one was another Navy buddy come in, and he's blind. And this blind Navy buddy wants Jack to repay him for Jack, because I think he hit Jack, like knocked Jack out in a fight, and Jack's like, I'm not gonna hit a blind man, and he's like, come on, you wuss, like, what's the matter? You won't hit a blind man? Come on. And so finally tried to hit him, and the dude ducked out of the way and knocked him on Jack once again. And he's like, "That's what you get for trying to hit a blind man." And it's like, it's stuff like that was just so funny, Joe. I love whenever I see Three's Company when I'm channel surfing, and sometimes it's not on TV Land, and they'll show it on Logo, and I'm like, oh, and it's a marathon. I'm like, oh, I know what I'm watching Three's Company. I don't know who I like better, Mr. Roper or when Don Knotts came on as Mr. Furley. I don't. They both are great. I'm a huge fan of Three's Company. I love classic TV as well. Like I said, time I grew up in a household where classic music from the '60s and '70s was playing around all the time. Same thing with TV shows. Saddest moment in Charlie Brown. I think when Snoopy left home. Come Back Home, Snoopy. That one was a good one. Um, Probably Bon Voyage, Charlie Brown, where Charlie Brown got to see a picture of his dad, I think, where they went to Paris. Those are good ones. Um, what was the first Laurel and Harley short or movie you ever watched? The book, Babes in Toyland. I would watch that every Christmas. Thoughts on Toy Stories 4? Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. I'm looking at the new characters. I'm looking forward to it. Who is the worst what is worse, Superman 4 or Catwoman? I can tolerate Superman 4. Catwoman I cannot tolerate, AJ. Oh, God. Am I the only one that doesn't like MJ from Homecoming? I think probably. I don't mind it. They're trying to be different, I mean, to me, I don't really. I mean, they call me MJ, and I'm like, okay, but who knows? I don't mind. I don't care. It's like a lot of people are all messed up about that they haven't mentioned Uncle Ben, and I'm like, is it really? I mean, that's not really a disservice to him. It's just that to me, I feel that here's my reason for why I don't mind it is because still to me he is still an influential part of Peter's origin and how his powers, not just the powers, but just him becoming Spider-Man, that it's not really needed. It's like, okay, yeah, okay, but I still feel that somewhere down the line they're gonna mention Uncle Ben. Trust Feige in them, just please. Like, it's not even needed. Badass Godzilla moment for you when he almost died, when he went in the meltdown. Um, Badass. It was sad. I nearly cried. Um, um, Thoughts on the new Ultraman series? I think it's coming out for Netflix. Yeah, I saw that. Can't go wrong with that. And yeah, you're right. I don't think we need to see Uncle Ben die again. I mean, it's just like how many times we saw that already? We saw that enough. We don't need that. That's why they didn't do the origin. It's like we know his origin. We know how he came Spider-Man. We don't need it. No, there you go. But yeah, are you ready for finale of Voltron? Yes, I am. It comes out this Friday. Um, what would you what would be your reaction be if Batman was to finally kill the Joker? You really want to know? About time. It wouldn't be like, oh my God, no, it's just like about time. So no, wouldn't. Uh, yes, Malcolm, food is ready. So, texting Malcolm. Next up, would you? Okay, How do you think you would feel upon walking out of Avengers Endgame? Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. However, this movie gonna end, if somebody dies or sacrifices themselves, depending on who it is, it's gonna hurt. If it's Cap, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt because. But then once again, there's all these thoughts that they keep saying that Chris Evans is not done with Cap. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Tell me. So yeah. Have you finished Shira? Yes, I have, Joe. My overview of the first season will be up soon. Soon, very soon. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. Um, I liked how they kind of disconnected this version from He-Man in general. Like, I'm like, okay, not bad. I like it. It has more of an Avatar vibe to it than He-Man the Master of the Universe, which I will say. Have you? Was your New York Comic Con? I went on Sunday. I loved it. Uh, I met everybody I wanted to meet except for Kelly Sue DeConnick. She was there. I didn't see her. Um, got to talk to so many people. Took so many pictures. I mean, hell, if you look at the thumbnail of this video when it goes up, who do you think that is right there? That's Eric Larson, the creator of Savage Dragon. And I talked to him. He even explained to me how he came up with Savage Dragon. He came up with it because of Batman. And I remember actually, wait, Batman like was who you? Yeah, and he showed me what the first design of Savage Dragon looked like. He wasn't even a dragon man. He was a man in a costume that had like a fin and everything like that. It was cool. I did a video, I posted up everything. Um, I met Comic Uno for the first time. Finally, me and the Omni Geek Highlight of New York and the Duchess of Comics. Well, that's my nickname for met for the first time, in person, and it was a great moment. Met um, DMC from Run DMC. Met him. It's great. It's so good. I can't wait to go. I do have. I think in terms of I do have a message coming up soon about the next year in terms of what my plans are. Um, well, I can kind of say it here if you don't know. Plans for next year. My the For next year, I do plan to. I want to go to more cons, and I want to start checking more conventions off my list. More. I have a list of conventions I want to go to before, and um, one of them I definitely want to go to is MegaCon in Orlando. There are two. There's one in Orlando and there's one in Tampa. But my good friends and buddies DPZ and C Dub of Comic Universe keep saying, "Come to the one in Orlando. We'll meet up." And I'm like saying to myself, you know what? I would love to do MegaCon Orlando in May. And if everything goes right, I will be at MegaCon in Orlando, Florida for 4 days. Even if I have to make up an excuse from my job to go, but I will be going. I am serious about going to that one and being down in MegaCon Orlando. Yeah. Just recently, I had a friend um, that I showed around New York for the first time. She's from Vegas. She was attending a gala here in New York, and she texted me. She PDM'd me and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be in New York. You want to meet up and you want to show me around New York?" I was like, "I'll do it." Tuesday night was her adventure around. I took her to Times Square. She wanted to go to Rockefeller Center to see the big tree where Home Alone 2 was at the end. I was like, "Yeah, we're going." Went there. If I had more time, I would have shown her all over New York. But the place she went, she really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with Malika. She was just a sweet, good friend, really good friend. I had a good time with her. Got to see Steve Bloom, Phil Lamar, and Janet Verdict. Good stuff. I know. I think I know the only way to have Cap and Iron Man stop fighting by telling them they have they have a best friend named James. If you understand, I got it. Yes, I do. Being what beings and monsters from mythology actually scare you? Ones that actually scare me is the Wendigo. The Wendigo of Algonquin legend. I think Algonquin is it Algonquin? It's Native American though. It's Native American folklore, and it's about cannibalism. If you go into cannibalism, that's what you become, the Wendigo. Um, that's what that movie that game uh, Until Dawn was about, Wendigos, which is great because you didn't even know what it was about. When they started going into that, I was like, whoa, that was a good way of secretly hiding that. But yeah, mythology wise, I definitely say the Medusa kind of scares me. The Gorgon kind of scares me because I'm like she's a snake woman, but you can't even look at her. Like you just take a peek and she turn to stone. Like fuck. Um, I I would say it doesn't scare me, but the Nemean lion is interesting because nothing hurts it except for its own being. Like you only can hurt it if you cut it with its own skin. Like so, could you imagine Nemean lions in the wild now and they coming at you and you trying to shoot them or just trying to scare them off? Especially the only thing I would take joy out of seeing those punk ass hunters that like shooting the lions, for trophies and bull, and they running the Nemean line. I got it, pop, and that thing still coming, pop, pop. Look, look, look. All right, look. I know there's some people like hunting is good and blah 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 blah, but when you're hunting for sport, I don't care. I don't care. I'm rooting for the lion. I'm rooting for the animal all the way. Um, there's no reason to be hunting for sport. When I see images of punk ass white hunters, yeah, I'm gonna use that, killing animals like giraffes and rhinos and elephants just to take a picture with for no particular reason because you're hunting them for sport. You can go fuck yourself with that. I got no clumps of that. Go fuck yourself. Um, I love my experience at Comic Con. They had a great. I want to get to Baltimore Con. I definitely I want to hit the convention, the big conventions that are on the East Coast first, then work my way west and south. Dragon Con is another one I go. That's the big one in Atlanta. Um, then there's the C2E2. That's the Chicago Expo. I definitely want to get to that one. Then you want to work your way out. You want to get Emerald City Con, and you want to San Diego and E3 and all those stuff. You want to work your way out there. But I got a list, and I'm going to start checking these lists off. Definitely. Let's see, AJ. Well, there is CradleCon in June, which is in Long Island, which is around me. Is around me. Oh yeah, there's Brooklyn Con as well. So yeah, there's some conventions, but big, but they're not big like known. I don't think so. That's me. If you was to cast an X-Men movie, who would you want to play? Who would you want to play? Cast an X-Men movie. These types of questions are saved more for when I do bids, like casting. But if they're gonna do the X-Men again, I want the original five. No Wolverine, no Storm, no Colossus. I want the original five, along with maybe Polaris and Havoc. No Storm. Storm could be introduced in another movie like Black Panther 2. And then later on, maybe at the end, you tease her getting recruited by Professor Xavier. Wolverine, stay out of it too. He has his own movie, or maybe, and then Department H, General Chasen is like, Logan, you got a visitor. He's some dude. He's not taking no for answer. He needs to speak with you immediately. There you go. But yeah, that's the original five: Beast, Gene, Cyclops, Bobby, Warren, Havoc, Polaris. Oh yeah, those are odd numbers. I need an even number. Oh, there you go. Somebody else. But yeah, I those are really hard to do. Strength of a lion or strength of a panther, and why? Um, well, of course, lion's stronger, but I go with the Black Panther, more of the stealth, the cunning. I'd rather do that. I think Craven would think of these hunters as pathetic pieces of trash. Yeah, I probably want to kill him too. I think one thing that makes Michael Myers such a unique slasher is that he shows that sometimes people just snap. Do you agree? That and just that he's based off of realism. Like, how do you think Carpenter came up with that character? He went to and he saw a kid, then he just had the eyes of straight evil. Almost in a sense, like if you were to open that door, the way I picture is like this kid was so bad. Like if you were to open that door, you're dead. He's gonna try to kill you. Um, any more questions? Well, I got another text, so shit. Okay. All right, guys, we're not done yet. You guys, 10 minutes. Y'all got 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes. We're gonna wrap this up at 10. Um, um, love you too, as oops, should have said that out loud, but I did. Next up, she puts a smile on my face all the time. Yeah. Will we see more gameplay on your gaming channel? Yes, 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 Joe. I have not put up new gameplay, just random games on there. I'm sorry, but I got a new laptop. That is, it's a gaming laptop. It's specifically for stuff like that. But I'm testing it out just to see how fast it works, and I would put more gameplay up where you do see me in a gameplay now. Because my last laptop, I guess it couldn't handle the Elgato too strongly because it skipped a lot. So yeah. But anyway, you will see more game. I will put up, and my gaming channel is Mom Vernon Kid Gaming X, and I haven't put up. I think I'm gonna put up some more online fighting, online gameplay from Street Fighter 5. I think guys would like that. Some more gameplay for Overwatch, but like not on this channel, on my gaming channel, because on this channel I don't. The only gameplay I put up here is games that are based on comic book characters and retro games. I put up there as well. So, and I'm starting to get more retro games for you guys, so I can do that. AJ Daniel says, "What's your favorite movie of the year?" That's a hard one because I haven't really even thought about movie of the year for 2018. I really haven't. Which slasher do you think would thrive in the world of Black Lagoon? This is from Marion. I want to say Leatherface, Michael Myers. You know, are you reading Power Rangers comic? Yes, but I'm behind. That's another one that I'm kind of behind on. Joe James, what do you think of the title for Harley Quinn? Harley Quinn Birds of Prey movie. It's ridiculous to me. What is it again? I don't remember reading it. Um, what is it? Somebody tell me what it is. Tell me what it is, Jay. I don't know. How do you think Deadpool will be introduced? Well, Iger wants Deadpool in the MCU, so I don't know through the X-Men. I don't know. Do you think they are just throwing in random female characters from for Birds of Prey film to push more feminine agenda? Well, no, because the characters that are in this movie are were members of the Birds of Prey. The only ones that weren't, in some way, shape, Black Canary, Huntress, they're like the core founders of the Birds of Prey. Renee Montoya, not so much. Harley Quinn, hell no. Um, uh, they're bringing in Batgirl, but they're bringing in Cassandra Cain, and she's played by a little girl. They really going young with her. Um, and Ewan McGregor is going to be Black Mask. I still feel that Harley should not be the one that forms this team. That's bullshit. Uh, read Goran Jolita is pretty much old man time. I've read some of that. Most brutal moment in Punisher Netflix series, mine would be when Frank drags Billet. Yes, indeed, that was one of them. When he just beat the crap out of uh, Jigsaw, and then just shh. Now you see the ugliness, and you're like, yeah. Let's see. The hammer scene is pretty brutal too. Yes, that is. Yeah, that's brutal. That is brutal too. And man, there's still 7 people around watching. That's cool. Um, let's see. Duffer. I think Devil would be like Howard the Duck, having a 5 second camera just for shits and giggles. That's fine too. I don't mind that. What do you think of the title for Mara came out? That's what I'm asking. Like, oh, does anybody know what the title is? Because I don't know what the upcoming Birds of Prey title is. I didn't really read into it. Hoping the Bumblebee movie does good. There's rumors the best Transformers movie out there. I'm gonna suck it up, but I'll probably go see it. So, uh, would you? What would you do if you had a fight with Michael Myers? I'll go. I'll go Equalizer on him. Remember Equalizer in the 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 last scene where he was taking out the Spetsnaz team, using every weapon he could, like just household appliances. That'd be me. Like traps, things, pop, pop, pop. Yeah, it'd be all good. Let's see. Okay, what do you think? Okay, J Money. The title she came up is the Emancipation of the Fabulous Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. Wait, what? Go on with that. Get out of here. I heard a rumor that The Rock is supposed to face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Would you be interested in seeing that? Yes. Death in wrestling that made you cry. Uh, Owen Hart's, Eddie Guerrero's, um, um, uh, Rowdy Piper's almost made me cry. As much as I love him, but Macho Man's did. Macho Man's death made me cry. Ultimate Warriors did, because that came out of Jesus Christ. Bulldogs almost did. And like I said, I felt bad for the Dynamite Kid. His recent death. He just, man, he died on his birthday, guys. Like, he was only 60, man. And Kurt, Mr. Perfect's death. Yeah, there's a couple of deaths that even China's death made me cry. That made me cry. China's death did hurt me. Because she started getting back on track, and it's just like, let me see. Joe Ettore, last question for me, Chris. Who is a YouTuber you'd love to meet in person? Oh, easy, Dashi. Dashi for sure. That's for sure, Dashi. Not even that's no bouts by. Dashi is definitely right. Is the top one. Top person to meet. That's for sure. Dashi. Zach says Eddie's death made me cry. Do you think they're gonna make an Injustice 3? Yes. Get to these last questions because that's it. I said 10 o'clock. It is 10 now. Okay. Have you seen this documentary about Andre the Giant on HBO? I saw a little. Haven't watched all of it yet. Definitely gonna watch that. Brooke Essen, an athlete, Amazon, who is practicing acting class, said she would like to play Lady Thor if they came up with a movie. Well, all that is just she's just playing Janet. She's just playing Jane Foster. But look, if they go with a female version of Thor, I don't mind it. But I want them to show some more love for Thor girl, and not go jump right to female Thor. See you, Chris. Joy, Chris. Thank you, guys. And with that being said, guys, I apologize once again for the technical difficulties. But other than that, that's what it is. It happens sometimes. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys next time, which will be the end of the month of December. I can't believe we're only a week and a half before Christmas. It's crazy. But everybody, other than that, have a happy Merry Christmas. If you're celebrating Hanukkah, Hanukkah is going on, so that and things like that. But we are out of here. Don't forget, guys, my reaction to Avengers Endgame is up. Check it out. Leave your comments. I would love to hear what you guys thought about what I thought about it. And I want to thank everybody for coming out, and again, coming out for just asking me some questions. And I apologize once again. I'm texting, and I can multitask. But other than that, you guys take care. Later, guys.